Hello folks, hi everyone on YouTube. I have never experienced about sitting in the back of the bus before. Well, I can remember one time on school field trips. Well, back then, here in the southern United States, that they had black people sitting in the back of the bus where it says colored. Well, have you ever sit in the back of in the back of the bus in Japan? Have you ever sit in the back of the bus because they don't let you sit in the front? Well, I think I have never been. I wanted to go to Japan, even though I was practicing Japanese. How I never know because I'm just get hooked up. Technology's a bitch, though. It could have. I have good apps, but I need somebody to teach me how it is, and I'm just saying, darn, what's going on with somebody with this chick that I like in Facebook. Really, I was thinking about her and stuff. Yeah. Anyway, I just wanted to be happy, but I want to experience what do you think about sitting in the back of the bus in Japan. Well, I heard of places that they say Japanese only. If they say Japanese only, so what is it about Japanese only places? I never have think of that. I might just experience if I were in Japan and lived in Japan. I will say, not being in special ed or not having any job or anything like that. If I had this kind of an earlier, same job, learning Japanese, knowing all this stuff, and then I experience it and say, hey, I did sit in the back of the bus in Japan. Because they don't let me. Then they said that, oh yeah, I sit in the non-Japanese part of the bus. In the back of the bus. Right? And there is the Japanese only section in the front, and I have to sit in the back. We're here in the non-Japanese section of the bus, known as the back of the bus. Then I don't know if they do that in some Japanese towns, but if I do have experience hands-on sitting in the back of the bus because they don't let me sit in the front, it'll be like, yes, I did that, been there, done that. Like all these non-Japanese folks that went to Japan and they have to sit in the back of the bus, right? Here we go. There's my buddies and all that. Well, yeah, they look at this hot chicken and they let her sit in the front. Well, or this dude just look at this some hot blonde chick and that blonde chick sits in the back of the bus. What is this? What is this thing going on? Sitting in the back of the bus, or vice versa. I see this chick that I like. An experience that if I have to experience. Oh yeah, I met my girlfriend, but my girlfriend sit in the front, and I have to always sit in the back of the bus. Yeah, and it said, how you met your girlfriend? I met my girlfriend in Japan, and stuff, and then my girlfriend sit in the front while I was sitting in the back because they don't let me sit in the front. They let her sit in the front, that kind of thing, right? Well, I don't have a Japanese girlfriend. I wish to, but anyway, there's something exotic about them or whatever, Opposites attracts anybody, but hey. What is your experience? Have you ever sit in the back of the bus in Japan? Have you ever sit in the back, or vice versa, or whatever? Look, if you're not of Japanese background and you have seen that you gotta sit in the back of the bus, that's okay. Blacks. African Americans here in the United States have the experience. It's the same thing, sitting in the back of the bus where whites were sitting in the front. Yeah, glad to say that, well, I never experienced that in that time. I'm not black, but if I go to Japan and I've experienced that I have to sit in the back of the bus, well, look, I'll have to say I experienced that hands-on because I lived in Japan and said, but I never have been to Japan. I have never went there. I just want to experience the same thing, that you have Japanese only section in the bus and you have the non-Japanese section in the back of the bus. Well, just tell me your experience. Have your experience. I don't know if it happens in Tokyo, but in some other towns in Japan. Have you ever sit in the back of the bus in Japan? Because they don't let you sit in the front, and that in the front is Japanese only section, and the back section is, you know, non-Japanese. Well, for people who might be from Japanese background, it says, hey, this is weird. And then you might just know. You might just know that whatever happens, and then it says, this is kind of strange. Like, let's say Joe Yamaguchi, he goes to Japan and they let him sit in the front. But then he look at this chick that he likes, some non-Japanese chick, or there's some cool dude that he's gonna meet. They let him sit in the back of the. They let these people sit in the back of the bus because he is allowed to sit in the front because he's Japanese, and the non-Japanese folks have to sit in the back, right? So, as your experience, please write me a comment. And I know what is your answers. And please subscribe to this channel, that if you might wonder, or if you might not know, same thing as they have non-Japanese only sections in some towns in Japan. Have you ever sit in the back of the bus in Japan where it says non-Japanese section or the gaijin section or whatever, and they let the Japanese people sit in the front, and you, my non-Japanese folks who live in Japan, tell me about it. It says, yes, I sit in the back of the bus. Yes, I live in Japan and I always sit in the back of the bus, and I came from America. Oh, I'm a white guy and I have to sit in the back of the bus. I could not experience that. Whatever. Boom. Here we go. Tell me your comments or whatever. You know what? It's kind of strange. And you know, for folks, I'll tell you, it's like a payback, right? And it says, what? And someone says, what the hell? Do I have to sit in the back of the bus? Well, in here, they let black folks sit in the back of the bus. You know, you might say, what the hell? Please write me a comment. Please write me a comment if you did really sit in the back of the bus in Japan, because they don't let you sit in the front. Goodbye and peace out, everybody.